punishing them for being disrespectful, but you don't have the skills or the patience to find out where it comes from. You will be wasting your time disciplining in the wrong area. They may be disrespectful, but it may not be a disrespect that requires discipline. It may be a disrespect that requires love. But if you don't know where it's coming from, where's Mama Evelyn? And I wish I could bring her up. Am I right so far? If you don't diagnose where the pain is coming from, then you'll be treating somebody for heart disease and they have a broken thumb. Is this making sense so far? So if I have a broken thumb and you're giving me a medicine for heart disease, then you're not giving me something that treats the actual condition that I have. And you may be whooping the child for disrespecting you, but what they really may be saying is, I am angry with you because you haven't expressed to me or explained to me why we are in this situation. Because you know we're good at parents talking about, I'm grown, I don't got to tell you nothing. When a child gets a certain age, you do have to tell them something. You do have to tell them something. You can't just keep saying, I'm grown, I don't owe you an explanation. If you don't owe that child an explanation, you should have never brought him into the world. There comes a time where you have to sit down and tell them, your father and I were once in love, we fell out of love, and I made it hard for him to be with you, or he didn't want you. Got to sit down, no matter how hard it is, no matter how bad it hurts, because you're going to have to do something with their thoughts, and their thoughts need an answer. And the reason why there are so many confused adults in here is because we were raised by a generation of people who came through a baby boomer generation, and their number one rule is what goes on in this house. And so we grew up in silence. We grew up not sharing. And now we think that if you go to a counselor, you're crazy, because our parents told us, if you tell my business, I'm going to knock you out. But you need a release. I'm breaking generational curses right now. I'm breaking generational curses. And let me go on the record. Mama, Daddy, I am not, please understand, I am not being negative towards you because you did the best you could do, because you were raised by old school people. You were raised by old school people, and they didn't talk, they didn't share. Your father went to work, and he thought that if he brought the money home, that was good enough. He didn't have to talk to you, he didn't have to hug you, he didn't have to love you, and you grew up in a generation where your mother was so submissive to the father that even when he was wrong, she would not confront him because she did not have an education, so she could not go out and work, so she had to do what she had to do so that you would have a roof over your head. Y'all don't want to say amen. But now, in 2019,